Today in our 2018 Ram 3500, we're going to be installing TorkLift's custom frame-mounted camper tie-downs for the front. These camper tie-downs are going to allow us to securely strap down our camper to the bed of our truck. The removable arms will allow you to take them off when it's not on, then you hardly even notice that it's there. And when you're ready to put your camper on, you simply slide it in. There are two positions depending on the length that you need away from your truck. On our 3500, you want to make sure that the offset here is faced towards the rear. So that way your strap will clear the door. Then you simply insert the pin and lock it down. We'll do that on both sides. You'll also receive a couple of stickers, so if you're constantly taking off your tie downs, you can label them, so that way you can be sure they go in the same spot that they're supposed to every time. Now, if you need some turnbuckles to tie down your camper, TorkLift has some available here on our website. There are many different varieties, but I recommend TorkLift's locking Fastgun turnbuckles, as it's a quick way to get your camper secure without any hassle. We'll begin our installation at the front of the bed, right at the rear of the cab where the body mount is. We'll pre-assemble our hardware. We're going to need the shorter bolt that comes in the kit, slide a star washer on that, followed by the spacer plate. We'll then take this assembly and we're going to thread it onto the fish wire that comes in our kit. Now we're going to slide all of that into our frame here. And pull it back through. We'll now take our camper tie down. Now you want to make sure you have the appropriate side. We're working on our passenger side here. We want to make sure that this plate, where it goes up here, is towards the rear. So we've got a larger section here in the front. We're going to slide our fish wire through the slotted hole there. We're going to bring it up to the frame, making sure that the small lip here at the top sits on top of the frame. Pull our bolt through that. We can now remove our fish wire from our bolt. We're going to slide on a flat washer, followed by a lock washer. And then we're going to thread on a nut. We just want to leave it hand tight for now, but we do want to make sure that it holds it up against our frame so it doesn't fall down and our lip isn't on top anymore. Make sure that lip stays on top. We'll now take our clamp plate. We're going to put that in position. You also want to make sure you have the appropriate one so you can see our offset upshoot there. We want this to be towards the front of the vehicle. We're going to slide that between our wiring and the frame there, so that way it's up against the frame. Line up the notches here with the notches on each plate. We'll take our longer bolts, slide a flat washer on them. We then need to take the spacers that come included with it. We're going to slide our bolt through the outer one, then through the spacer, and then we want to go through our clamp plate. We're going to do that on the other hole as well. And then on the other side, we're going to be placing a flat washer, lock washer, and nut onto each of the bolts. Being careful not to pinch our wiring in the process. We'll now use a 3/4 inch socket to tighten down all of our hardware. You may need a wrench when tightening down your longer bolts. Kind of want to go back and forth on those as well to make sure they tighten up evenly. We can now torque all of our hardware to the specifications found in our instructions. We'll now repeat this exact same process on the other side. The only difference between this side and our driver's side is there are safety cables that run through on the driver's side. You just got to make sure you get your plate here between the safety cables and the frame. And that completes our installation of TorkLift's custom frame-mounted camper tie-downs for the front on our 2018 Ram 3500.